Namaste. Okay, today is chapter 10. Wait, okay, so that's page 42. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dashamotyāyaha. Vidurang Uvancang. Anantarhite Bhagavati Brahma Lokapita Mahaha. Prajaha Sasalja Katitang Daihikilma Nasil Bipuhu. Ye Jang Me Bhagavana Purushutta Sedvayal Tang Bahubitama Dan Padasabanu Bul Bieno Chinanti Nahu Salva Samshayan Sutang Ubanchang Evam Sanchodita Setena Kushatatrang Gausharabo Muniha Puritaha Pratyaha Dan Prashanana Hurudisitanata Palgava Maitreyang Ubanchang Virinchopi Tatang Chakre Divyam Pashashatam Tapaha Adamanya Damanama Veshya Yadaha Bhagavanajaha Tadavilokya Bujasamun Puto Mayunang Yadatishatwitaha Padamaman Pashachang Tadakala Kurata Virieno Kamumpitama Tapasang Hietamanena Vidyayang Jatama Samsitayang Biburata Vijinyana Nabalo Biburata Vijinyana Nabalo Nyapadavayum Sahamam Pasang Tadavilokyam Vyadavyampi Pushikaram Yadatishitvitam Anena Lokana Pragalinana Kalpita Tiachinantayat Padamakosham Tada Vishyam Bhagavata Karma Choditaha Evam Ekam Vyapanga Kushui Durutanga Pavyam Devisaptatang Etan Vanji Balokasyam Etan Vanji Balokasyam Samsata Pedaha Samahurataha Talmasyam Yanimitasyam Vipakaha Parameshituyasao Viduran Uvanchang Yadatatan Bahuru Pasya Harerad Putakalmanoha Kalakyam Lakushanam Brahmanan Yatang Balnoya Naha Prapo Maitreno Uvanchang Gunobhyati Karagaro Nilvishesho Pratishitwitaha Purushasatadupang Danamatamanam Lilaya Surajat Vishavam Vai Brahma Danamatram Samsatitam Vishnuma Yayang Ishvarenu Parichinam Kalena Vyakatamultina Yatedanim Tatangrecha Pasacha Dapyetadi Durushamu Salgo Navavitasitasyam Prankruto Vaikrutasutu Yahu Kaladravya Gunoirasya Durivitahu Pratisangakramahu Adiasutu Mahatahu Salgo Gunovaishamya Matmanahu Dviti Yasudavamaho Bahamo Dviti Yasudavahamo Yatra Dravya Jinyana Kriyoda Yahu Dravya Jinyana Kriyoda Yahu Sutta Salgasaturani Puta Salgasaturati Yasutu Tanamaturo Dravya Shakatiman Chaturtang Ainendriyahu Salgo Yasutu Jinyana Kriya Tamakahu Paikangariko Deva Salgahu Panchamo Yanamayam Manahu Shashutasutu Tamasahu Salgo Yasutu Babudu Tikuratahu Prapo Shadwime Prakurutang Salgang Paikurutang Napi Meshurnu Rajo Panjo Bhagavato Lilayam Harimatasahu Sabutamo Mukhya Salgasutu Shadavitasutatsutu Tushwa Shadavitasutu Tasutan Shadavitasutusham Shadavitasatushwam Jang Yahu Panasapatio Shatilantang Tavakusang Biruto Durumahu Utusrota Sasatamahu Prayang Utusrota Sasatamahu Prayang Anantaha Supalshan Bisheshwinohu Tirashechang Mashitamahu Saigahu Soshita Vishamdu Bimshadu Soshita Bimshadu Bito Matahu Avido Puritamasahu Krano Jinyang Hurodiya Bedinahu Gaurajo Mahishohu Kurushonohu Sukaro Kabayo Ruruhu Dvishapanhu Pashavashveme Avirushitra Shitjang Satataman Karoshavoshavataro Gaurahu Sharapashachamari Tatang Ete Jaikashapanhu Kushotatahu Shurunu Panchanakan Pashune Shavang Shurugalo Vorko Vyakro Maljaraho Shashasharalakao Simhaho Kapigaljaho Gulmo Gotan Makaradayaho Gangagur Trabakashiena Pasa Parlu Kabahinoho Gangagur Trabakashiena Pasa Parlu Kabahinoho Gangagur Trabakashiena Pasa Parlu Kabahinoho Momo Gangagur Trabakashiena Pasa Parlu Kabahinoho Hamsasara Chakra Hubaka Kok Hamsasara Chakra Hubaka Koku Kolo Kadayahu Hamsasara Chakra Hubaka Hamsasara Chakra Hubaka Kolo Kada Hamsasara Sajakra Hava Hamsasara Sajakra Havaka Koluka Dayahu Kagahu 살바끝으로 따스트 나바마흐 구셔트 따레 까비토 느르누엄 라조티강흐 깔마빠랑 두허케짜 수카마니나흐 바이크르땅 스트라야 에바이테 데바살가시짱 사트타마 바이깡아리카스투 야흐 프로크타흐 까마라스투 파야트 까마흐 데바살가시짱 실더비토 비부탕흐 비타로수랑흐 가는 탈바프 사라사흐 시드탕 라쿠셔 시짜라노흐 부타프라타비샹 짱아시짱 비디양 트랑흐 가는 니라다야흐 다샤이테 비두랑 키양 땅흐 살가스테 비시바시르크 그르땅흐 아타흐 바람 브라바크 쇼여미 밤샹하느 많은 바는 따라 누이 짱 에밤 라자흐 플루타흐 스라슈터 가르파 디시바 드마풀 하리흐 가르파 디시바 드마풀 하리흐 스르자티야 모카상은 가르파 아드마이바 드마나마 드마나 이티 श्रीमद् भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां तृतीयस्कन्धे दशमोऽध्यायः. Well, I gotta get my physical copy. I'm gonna do another study, maybe a couple of more studies, and then I'll chant, and then I'll finish chanting and do some more studies. So I'm gonna sandwich my chanting with Sanskrit studies in the beginning and at the end. I think that's better than doing, all the Sanskrit studies at once. I don't think it's working out for me. So let me get my translation. This is my break. Well, after this, I'll do Yoga Sutras. Yeah, mic test. Okay. Discourse 10. Vidura said, when the Lord had disappeared from view, how many species of life did Brahma, the grandfather of the whole creation, evolve either from his body or from his mind? Pray, also elucidate one after another the points that I have referred to you, O worshipful sage, and resolve all my doubts, foremost as you are of those possessing a vast knowledge. Sutta continued, thus requested by Vidura, O Shaunaka, the sage Maitreya felt highly pleased and proceeded to answer the queries which he had borne in his mind. The sage Maitreya said, Brahma practiced austere penance for 100 celestial years, with his mind fixed on Shri Narayanu, as he had been told by the Lord, who is devoid of birth. The lotus-born god now saw the lotus on which he was perched, as well as the water all round being tossed by the wind, whose fury had been intensified by the period of universal destruction. His knowledge and creative power having been greatly enhanced by his ever-growing penance and worship through the mantras sacred to the Lord, he drank up the wind along with the water. Perceiving the lotus on which he sat, and which rose to the very sky, he thought he should bring back to light the worlds that had disappeared at the end of the preceding Kalpa by means of that very lotus. Directed by the Lord to carry on the work of creation, Brahma entered a corolla of the lotus and split it up into 3 parts. Although it was so big that it could be divided into 14 or even more parts. It is these 3 worlds alone that have been declared as constituting the realm where the jivas, embodied souls, experience the fruit of their actions. As for Brahma, that is his abode, and the 3 worlds immediately below it, they are the rewards of virtue practiced without any selfish motive. Vidura said, "Tell me in detail, my lord, about the potency referred to by you under the name of time, of Shri Hari of marvelous deeds, who appears as many." Maitreya said, "Time, which in itself is undifferentiated and has no beginning or end, appears in the form of metamorphosis of worldly phenomena. Making it his instrument, the Lord sportfully manifested himself. Having been dissolved by the Maya, wonderful potency of Lord Vishnu, this universe existed as no other than Brahma, God, then evolved it as a distinct entity through the instrumentality of time, which is undifferentiated in itself. As the universe exists today, so it was before, and so it will continue to be hereafter. Ninefold is its creation, the one proceeding both from God and Brahma, being the 10th. The reabsorption of the universe, again, is threefold, viz. through time, elements, and the gunas. The first in order of sequence is the creation of the Mahatattva, which takes place only when the equilibrium of the gunas is disturbed. The first in order of sequence is the creation of the Mahatattva, which takes place only when the equilibrium of the gunas is disturbed by the will of God Himself. The second is the evolution of the ego, from which proceed the 5 gross elements, as well as the 5 senses of perception and the 5 organs of action. The third is the evolution of the subtle elements, which in their turn evolve the gross elements. The fourth is the evolution of the indriyas, that is, the senses of perception and the organs of action. While the fifth is the evolution of the deities, who are born of the Sattva ego, as well as of the mind, which is also a product of the Sattva ego. The sixth is the evolution of dhammas, which clouds the reason and distracts the mind of the jivas. These 6 varieties of creation proceed from God. Now hear of those that proceed from Brahma. The creation proceeding from Brahma too is a pastime of the Lord, the very thought of whom rids one of all sorrows and who assumes the quality of rajas. The 7th is the 6-fold creation of immobile creatures, which is the first. They messed up with the parentheses again. Which is the first in order of sequence of the 3 categories of creation proceeding from Brahma, and which is subdivided into 6 varieties. This is not in Sanskrit. This consists of trees which bear fruit without flowering, annual plants and herbs that die as soon as their fruit is. Sorry, this translation has so many parentheses. These consist of trees which bear fruit without flowering, annual plants and herbs that die as soon as their fruit is ripe, creepers that grow on the support of other trees or walls, etc., plants which have a hard bark, creepers that creep on the ground alone, being too stiff to climb upwards, and trees that bear fruit after blossoming. All these draw their nutriment from below. They are almost wanting of All these draw their nutriment from below. They are almost wanting in sensibility, have an inward feeling of touch alone, and possess some peculiarity of their own. The eighth is the creation of animals. They are believed to have as many as 28 varieties, have no sense of time, are irrational, can perceive with their olfactory sense, and cannot take a long view of things. Of these, the bovine class, the goat, the buffalo, the black antelope, the swine, the gabaya, the ruru, the sheep, and the camel, O noblest of men, belong to the category of cloven-hoofed beasts. The donkey, the horse, the mule, the gaura, sharapa, and the yak. All these are classed as the whole-hoofed beasts. Now hear, O Vidura, the names of the beasts who are hare. Wait. Of these, the bovine class, the goat, the buffalo, the black antelope, the swine, the gabaya, the ruru, the sheep, and the camel, O noblest of men, belong to the category of cloven-hoofed beasts. The donkey, the horse, the mule, the gaura, a white antelope, sharapa, an 8-legged animal extinct now, the yak, a kind of wild ox, the bushy end of whose tail is employed as chariot. These are not in Sanskrit. I hate reading non-Sanskrit words in translation. I really do. I really effing hate it. All these are classed as the whole-hoofed beasts. Now hear, O Vidura, the names of the beasts who are endowed with 5 claws. They are the dog, the jackal, the wolf, the tiger, the cat, the hare, the hedgehog, the lion, the monkey, the elephant, the tortoise, the iguana, and the alligator, etc. The heron, the vulture, the quail, the hawk, the paasa, a bird of prey, a paluka, the peacock, the swan, the crane, the chakravaka, the crow, the owl, etc., are birds moving in the air. The ninth is the creation of the human species, which, O Vidura, is only of one kind, and whose current of nutriment tends downwards. Who human beings have an abundance of rajas, are active by nature, and take delight in the pleasure of... Oh, man. The ninth is the creation of the human species, which, O Vidura, is only of one kind, and whose current of nutriment tends downwards. Human beings have an abundance of rajas, the principle of activity, are active by nature, and take delight in the pleasures of sense, which are rooted in sorrow. All these three, as well as the creation of the gods, O noblest of men, are creations that have proceeded from Brahma. As for the deities born of the Sahatattvika ego, they have already been dealt with. While the creation of the sages, Sanaka and others, is classed as proceeding from God and Brahma both. The creation of heavenly beings consists of 8 varieties, viz. The gods, the mains, the demons, the Ganandhaivas, the Apasaras, the Yakushas, and the Rakushasas, the Siddhitas, the Charanas, the Vidyadharas. They don't give any English, names. I'm not gonna say it. Stupid people. You wanna, translate it? Are you translating or just showing off? You're stupid. The creation of heavenly beings consists of 8 varieties, viz. The gods, the mains, the demons, the Ganandhaivas, celestial musicians, the Apasaras, celestial dancing girls, the Yakshas, and the Rakushasas, the Siddhitas, the class of heavenly beings endowed with supernatural powers, the Charanas, celestial bards, the Vidyadharas, the Bhutas, ghosts, Pretas, spirits, the Pishachas, fiends. You have to give Sanskrit fucking names, you stupid idiot. The Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, and Ashvamukhas. I have thus told you, O Vidura, the 10 creations evolved by the Lord personally as well as in the form of Brahma. After this I shall speak to you of the ruling dynasties as well as the periods presided over by the Manus. United with Rajas, as the self-born Brahma, the creator, none other than Shri Hari of unfailing resolve, thus projects himself by himself at the beginning of every Kalpa. Thus hence the 10th discourse in Book 3 of the great and glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samhitam. Sorry about my language. Just, when people screw around with whole, ancient texts. They want to add something to it, they can't help themselves. They want to add their fucking opinions to a holy ancient text for their translation and sometimes in their original texts. And nothing makes me more meta than that. It makes me so mad I can't even speak. I can't talk. And that's how I know this whole entire world is completely messed up. Your language is messed up. So your thinking process is messed up. So yeah, in about 21 trillion years, 24 trillion years, I'm gonna make my own civilization. All right. So yes, as I said, I'm gonna do half the Sanskrit studies before chanting and half afterwards. It works better that way for me. I'm also learning. I'm learning to cope. This world needs coping. In order to survive in this world, you need to learn to cope. Or else you just, you don't want to go boom. Yeah, would you, like, if you received a birthday gift from your parents, like say like 40 years ago, would you try to correct the gift? Oh, I wish he had given me a little bit of this, in addition to that. That's what these scholars are doing, trying to add their opinions on top of a 20,000-year-old text. I mean, I still apologize for my outrage. I can't help myself, though. You know how stupid it is? It's really like, looking at somebody straight in the eyes and saying, like, 1 plus 1 is 2.0000001. And just, if you can't accept that, there's something wrong with you. It's 2. Oh, there's something wrong with you. Not me. Okay, so it's chapter 20. Yeah, your whole humans, if you're a human watching this, I'm not talking to non-human, I'm only talking to human. Your whole language system is completely screwed up. You're living in a really, really bad dream. That's what it translates into. like over and over and over. You get up again, living it again, day in and day out, every day. You're gonna live in a world where I see that this world really doesn't make any sense. And I confirmed it with Sanskrit. 넘었을 Vayam te vaya inandra vidati shu naha pra paramahe vajayulna ratham vipanyabo dityato manishwa sumunami yakusho sumunami yakusho는 따스드 방 수문함이 야쿠셔는 땅 수문함이 야쿠셔는 따바 수문함이 야쿠셔는 뜻 따스드 방 수문함이 야쿠셔는 따스드 방 아바또 누르르는 드밤 나 이는드랑 드밤 비루디 드밤 야또 아피시토 이빵 시잖아는 드밤이노 다시슈어 바로 따뜻한 티라피요 나쿠셔티 드봉 서노 유베는드로 조후드라흐 사캉 시보 나라마스투 방땅 야흐 샴사는 땀 야흐 샤샤마나무 디 빠짜는 땀, 짱, 수투바는 땀, 짱, 브라노의 쇼트. 다모 수투쇼 있는 드람 땀, 그로누이 쇼에 야스미는 보랑, 마브르투허 샤샤두시짱. 사 바스바흐 까만 비바라디아노 브라흐마누여또 누타나시아 요흐. 소 앙은기라사 무짜탕 주주시바는 브라흐마 또디는 들어 가또 미슈너는 누셨다흐 모셔너는 누셨사흐 소리에너 스타바나시나시야 찌찌치시나 타트 찌찌치시나 타트 볼비아노이 사하 슈르타 이는드로 나마 데바 울트보 부바는 마누슈에 다스마타마흐 아바 브리야마샤 사나시야 사흐반치로 파라드다 사시야 스바타바네 사 부르트라 헤는드라흐 그르셔나 요니흐 보람다로 다시라이라 야드비 아자나야는 마나보 아자나야는 마나베 구셔마 파실장 사트라 샴삼 야자마나시야 뚜토트 다스마이 따바시야 마누 다이 사트레는 드라야 테베피랄노 사떼오 프라티 야다시야 바제람 바흐볼툴 하트비 다시유는 보랑 아야실니 따리트 누남 성때 프라티 바람 자리들의 두히야디는드라 다구쇼이노 마코니 시쿠쇼 수도드로피오 망아티 다급하고 노 브러하드 바데마 비다테 수비랑흐 남았을 때 오케이. As one brings forth his car when famed for combat, so bring we power to thee. Regard us, Inandra, well skilled in song, thoughtful in spirit, seeking great bliss from one like thee amid the heroes. Inandra, thou art our own with thy protection, a guardian near to men who love thee truly. Active art thou, the liberal man's defender, his who draws near to thee with right devotion. May Inindra call with solemn invocations the young, the friend, be men's auspicious keeper, one who will further with his aid the singer, the toiler, praiser, dresser of oblations. With laud and song let me extol that Inindra, in whom of old men prospered and were mighty. May he implored fulfill the prayer for plenty of him who worships of the living mortal. He Inindra, whom the Angirasis praise delighted, strengthened their prayer and made their goings prosper. Stealing away the mornings with the sunlight, he lauded, crushed even Ashurna's ancient powers. He verily, the God, the glorious Inindra, hath raised him up for man, best wonder worker. He, self-reliant, mighty and triumphant, brought low the dear head of the wicked Dasa. Inindra, the Vrutra slayer, forth the destroyer, scattered the Dasa hosts who dwelt in darkness. For man hath he created earth and waters, and ever helped the prayer of him who worships. To him in might the gods have ever yielded, to Inindra in the tumult of the battle. When in his arms they laid the bolt, he slaughtered the Dasyus and cast down their forts of iron. Now may that wealthy cow of thine, O Inindra, give in return a boon to him who lauds thee. Give to thy praisers, let not fortune fail us. Loud may we speak with heroes in assembly. Yeah, that's a, this is an example of a good translation. It's not messing around with parentheses and his own stupid meanings. Like, what do you have to contribute to it? 30,000-year-old text. If I have an opinion, I forgot to say 30,000 years ago. I'm gonna put it there now. Stupid idiot. Sorry. I forgot to do Yoga Sutta. That's what happens when I get angry. That's why I'm trying to stay as calm as I can. And, karma doesn't help me. I always come across stupidity, like point blank stupidity, and you go, ah. Stupidity from far away I could tolerate, but stupidity right in your face, it just hurts that much sometimes. Why am I Satan? Why am I Ha Satan, not Ha Angel? Is it because I get angry a lot compared to angels? I don't know. That was an inside talk. Yeah, I wonder why I'm called a Satan or Ha Satan and not Ha Angel. Must be because of my anger issues. Oh well. I just didn't see it coming. I didn't think. I know you could get as stupid does, but I didn't think you could get like deep ocean stupid. But once I get that concept that stupidity may be the source of the abyss, then maybe I won't even care at that point. Okay. Stupidity, the real cause of the biblical abyss. Anyway. Yoga Sutras. Now today is Sutra number 8. I love Yoga Sutras. I guess it's one of my top 5 for sure. My number 1 book is Mahabharata, and within it is Bhagavad Gita. So when you say Mahabharata is your most favorite book in the whole world, you're including Bhagavad Gita, which is just less than 1% of the entire book. Not even 1%. It's like 0.01%. Here we go. Viparyayo Mityang jinyana mataduru papratishitama. Mityang jinyana mataduru papratishitama. Is it true? The guy doesn't know how to write. Sorry. I mean, I write on YouTube every day, but I'm not selling it. Well, maybe he didn't sell it either. He was contributing. All right, it's correct. But no, he doesn't know how to write. But the only problem is when he writes these bigger letters, he uses this funny style, and I don't recognize it. So that's human style. I don't recognize anything human. You want to mix your humanness. You want to mix the smell into celestial things. Good luck to you. Namaste. Sankasamanena brahmanoma yataha brahmanuena bhatyate bhutang altabhishayat bhat brahmanosya tatra brahmanuena bhatanama brahmanosya duroshatama tadyatang divijanandaradashanam sadvishaya noikajanandaradashanena bhatyata iti sa seyam manchapalvang bhavatya vidyang avidya samita ragadvesha piniveshah klesha iti. Etan. Number 1. Humans stop me. Father, humans stop me with their stupid alternatives. Because they couldn't figure out which one was the correct one. There's only one, All these alternatives mean nothing. That's why I'm reading this version, because it includes at least 90% of all the lost alternatives. Atang. Okay. Atang. Evang. Seva samjinya pisitamo moho. Maha mohasatang misrodon tatang misrang. Iti. Ete 제뜻담말라 parasangange나 피타시하는 때 제뜻담말라 parasangange나 피타시하는 때 넘어섰대요. Misconception is an erroneous idea not based on that form. Why is it not a source of a valid idea? Because it is inhibited by the source of a valid idea, for the reason that the source of a valid idea has as its object a positive effect. In such cases, there is evidently an inhibition of the source of the invalid idea by the source of the valid idea, as for instance, the visual perception of 2 moons is inhibited by the actual visual perception of 1 moon. This proves to be that 5-jointed undifferentiated consciousness. Undifferentiated consciousness and the feeling of personality and passion and hatred and the will to live are the hindrances. These same by peculiar technical designations. Am I breaking reality when I'm talking now? He's like cackling. Ugh. These same but peculiar technical designations, obscurity and infatuation and extreme infatuation and darkness and blind darkness. These will be discussed in connection with the subject of the defilements of the mind stuff. Okay, so I did Raga Veda, I did this. Now I just need to do Upanishads. Is there anything else that is like basic? So this is not basic. This is the like foundational Vedic studies. Studying Raga Veda, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Shrimad Bhagavatam. That's new, but that should be included. And if you haven't read, if you know Sanskrit and if you haven't read Buddha Charitam, you have to read it.
at least once, because that's the newest Sanskrit that came, which only came out 2,500 years ago. That's like, you know, having an LCD monitor, you know, in the year 1990, you know, kind of, it's brand new Sanskrit, 2,500 years old, brand new Sanskrit, almost brand new, almost brand new Sanskrit. That's what Buddha Tacharita is. So if you haven't read it, yeah, at least once, you have to read it once, because it's written by Brahma. You know, the incarnation of Buddha is Brahma, so it's straight from Brahma, using the sage Kosha. I forgot his name. Somebody else wrote it. Buddha himself didn't write it, but it was he was channeled. And when you channel somebody into writing Sanskrit, that's something else. That's like, that doesn't exist in this reality. It hasn't existed in this reality for the last 5,000, 2,500 years, 2,500 years. Like a walk in, sounds like a walk in the park when I say it like that. It only came out 2,500 years ago, you know, like 29 lifetimes plus, 30 lifetimes. Okay, so next is Upanishads, and I'll finish there with Upanishads, because I'll do another Sanskrit studies, and this is right now it's been 46 minutes, so this is gonna be most likely 1 hour 30-minute session, and the second session is also gonna be 1 to 1.5 hour session, and you know that the chanting for 2 to 3 hours will be sandwiched in between these two Sanskrit study sessions of 1 to 1.5 hour studies. Okay. Yeah, things are coming along. Schedules are coming along naturally. Like, I'm just organizing it. They're like, yeah. I'm not trying to have a schedule. I like it that way. Upanishads. Sorry. What did I do that? I don't know. Sorry. Good thing you guys can't see it. Made a boo boo. It means more of index finger work. Oh man. My index finger is hurting. It's gonna get bruised if I don't finish them within 3 clicks. Okay, done. So today is book 1, chapter 6. Sorry, give me a... Okay, got it. Today's chapter 7 of book 1 of Chanandogi Upanishad. Okay, here we go. Iti shashitaha karundaha namasutta. Oh man, those
these writing conditions that they don't belong there. That's another example of human stupidity. You can see it everywhere, as you can see. Just breaking words, breaking rules, contributing something to a 200,000-year-old text as if you had something better to say. And you forgot to say it, 200,000 years ago as you were saying it now. Only human. Atantiantamam bhagavaka pranoha sama tade dasyam murajya tyuta tade dasyam tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama. You know what? I think it's supposed to be one word. Tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama. Tasma durajya tyuta sama kiyate bhagena sang pranomas tat sama chakushura bhagavatam chakushura bhagavatam sama tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama. Was it supposed to be one word or two word? I can't tell because stupid human has added this addition. Way to go, human. Stupid human. I gotta do this from the beginning because I think I'll separate it. Atantiantamam bhagavaka pranoha sama tade dasyam murajya tyuta tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama tasma durajya tyuta sama kiyate bhagavan sang pranomas tat sama chakushura bhagavatam sama tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama tasma durajya tyuta sama kiyate chakushura satmatamas tat sama. Shrotra manganga me bangang manahu Shrotra me bangang manahu sama tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama tasma durajya tyuta sama kiyate Shrotra me va sang manomas tat sama. Ata yadeta dakushunoha shukulam paha saibaigatang yananilam paraha kurushanam tatasama tade dasyam murajya tyuta sama tasma durajya tyuta sama kiyate. Ata Yadevaita dakushunoha shukulam paha saiva sata yananilam paraha kurushanam tadamas tat sama. Ata yan eshonan tarakushu inui purusho durushyate saivaikatat sama tadukutam tadiyajus tad brahma tasya tadeva rupam yada poshuya rupam yava poshuya Geshino down Geshino yananama tananama san isha ye jaitasama dalbancho jaitasama dalbancho lokasa teshwam jashatue manushoya kamanam jati tadya ime binoyam gayananti etamte gayananti tasmatate tanasanayaha. Atan yang etadevam biduvanam sama gayati upau sa gayati sonumaivan somunaivan sa esho jamushimata parancho.
Lokasetang shijang apnoti devakamam shijang. Devakamam shijang. You know what? I think they just screwed up the whole thing. I'm gonna do my own version for Shloka 7, the last 3 words. Lokas setam shijang apnoti devakamam shijang. And the alternative is Lokan seta shijang apnoti devakamam shijang. Atane naivan ye jaitasama daivancho Lokan setan shijopun Lokan setan shijang apnoti. And the alternative Lokan setam shijang apnoti Manushuya kama shijang. And the alternative Manushuya kama shijang tasamadu Hai bambidu de gangatang puruyat kamte kamamagayani tieshu hieva kamaganasetieshu ture kamaganaseti nasieshu tue kamaganaseti nasieshu tue Kamaganasye shirtue Kamaganasye shirtue Ya evam viduvanan sama gayati Namaste. Sorry for my outrage. This is really sensitive. It's like a really, really sensitive subject, and sometimes I'll go crazy because you just messed up a really, really, really sensitive subject. I can't put it in any other way. It's sorry. Just drives me insane. That's what I know. Okay. 7th canon rule. Now, with reference to the body, rug is speech, saman is breath. This saman rests on that rug. Therefore, the saman is sung as resting on the rug. Sa is speech, ama is breath, and that makes sama. Rug is the I, saman, the self. This saman rests on that rug. Therefore, the saman is sung as resting on the rug. Sa is the I, ama, the self, and that makes sama. Rug is the ear, saman, the mind. The saman rests on that rug. Therefore, the saman is sung as resting on the rug. Sa is the ear, ama, the mind, and that makes sama. Rug is the white light of the eye, saman, the blue exceeding darkness. The saman rests on the rug. Therefore, the saman is sung as resting on the rug. Sa is the white light of the eye, ama, the blue exceeding darkness, and that makes sama. Not the person who is seen in the eye. He is rug, he is saman, ugata, yagus, brahman. The form of that person is the same as the form of the other person. The joints of the one are the joints of the other. The name of the one is the name of the other. He is Lord of the worlds beneath that, and of all the wishes of men. Therefore all who sing to the Veda lyre sing to him, and from him also they obtain wealth. He who knowing this sings asaman sings to both. He obtains to the one, he obtains the worlds beyond that, and the wishes of the devas. And he obtains through the other worlds beneath that, and the wishes of men. Therefore an Udaganatari priest who knows this may say, what wish shall I obtain for you by my songs? For he who knowing this sings as Haman is able to obtain wishes through his song, through his song. Okay, so that's it for now. It's like almost exactly 1 hour. So I'm gonna take it as a sign. So I'll do 1 to 1.5 hour of Sanskrit recitation before my chanting session, and after my chanting session, I'll do another Sanskrit recitation for 1 to 1.5 hours. So thank you very much. So I get to finish it right at 1 hour mark. I'm gonna try this. Wish me luck. I'm gonna time this so they finish it right at 1 minute mark. Can I do it?